Have you ever hesitated before taking a leap of faith, held back by the fear of stumbling? If so, you're not alone. The fear of failure is a universal hurdle that transcends age, profession, and background. It's the nagging voice in our heads, whispering doubts and anxieties, making us question our capabilities and the potential consequences of our actions. Whether it's the fear of disappointing ourselves, not meeting others' expectations, or simply the unknown lurking around the corner, this fear can cast a long shadow on our aspirations. Many of us have experienced that heart-pounding moment before a big presentation, the sweaty palms before a crucial job interview, or the overwhelming feeling of inadequacy when starting a new endeavor. These are all manifestations of the fear of failure, a deeply ingrained human response that stems from our inherent desire for safety and security. It's a primal instinct, wired into our very being, urging us to avoid pain and seek comfort. However, while the fear of failure is a natural part of the human experience, it doesn't have to define our lives or dictate our choices. We can choose to acknowledge its presence without letting it paralyze us from pursuing our dreams. By understanding its origins and developing practical strategies to manage it, we can transform this fear from a debilitating obstacle into a powerful catalyst for growth and achievement. In the following sections, we'll delve deeper into the roots of this fear, explore its impact on our lives, and most importantly, equip you with actionable tools and techniques to overcome it, paving the way for a more fulfilling and successful journey. Remember, the path to success is rarely linear, and embracing the possibility of failure is often the first step towards achieving our goals. To conquer the fear of failure, we must understand its origins. Why do we feel this knot in our stomachs when faced with uncertainty? It's a complex interplay of personal histories, societal influences, and biological responses. Past experiences, especially during formative years, shape our fear of failure. Criticism and setbacks can leave a lasting mark on our psyche. Societal pressures also contribute significantly to our anxieties. Our culture often glorifies success and stigmatizes failure. Our biological wiring triggers fight or flight responses even in non-threatening situations. Understanding these factors helps us develop strategies to overcome the fear of failure. Recognizing this fear as a natural response allows us to dismantle the shame and pursue our aspirations. Our past experiences, especially setbacks or criticism, can leave a lasting impact on our relationship with failure. Imagine a child presenting a drawing to a parent, met with indifference or disapproval. This small event can plant a seed of doubt, a fear of not being good enough. Similar experiences can grow this seed into a deep fear of failure, shaping future actions. It's essential to recognize that these past experiences do not have to define us. We have the power to reshape our relationship with failure. By acknowledging these experiences and challenging negative self-beliefs, we can embrace a more empowered approach to life's challenges. Societal expectations exert a powerful influence on our relationship with failure. We live in a culture obsessed with success, where achievement is equated with worthiness. From a young age, we are bombarded with messages that emphasize winning and constantly striving for the top. These messages create a pressure cooker environment where the fear of not measuring up can be paralyzing. Social media intensifies this pressure, offering curated glimpses into seemingly perfect lives. We compare our struggles with the highlight reels of others. This exposure to unrealistic standards can fuel feelings of inadequacy. The fear of judgment and social rejection perpetuates the fear of failure. This fear can lead us to avoid risks, hindering personal growth. By challenging these expectations and seeking supportive communities, we can create a more empowering environment. The fear of failure is deeply rooted in our biology. As humans, we are hardwired for survival. Our brains constantly scan for threats, triggering physiological responses. This fight or flight response can activate even in non-threatening situations. The amygdala sends alarm signals, releasing adrenaline and cortisol. These hormones prepare us to confront or flee from threats. Our heart rate and breathing increase, muscles tense, and focus narrows. This response can be counterproductive in non-life-threatening situations. Anxiety symptoms can be misinterpreted, fueling fear of failure. Stress hormones impair cognitive functions, affecting performance. Recognizing and managing these responses helps us approach challenges with clarity and confidence. Imagine a bird, its wings clipped, unable to soar to the heights it was born to reach. That's what the fear of failure can do to us. It can keep us grounded, preventing us from embracing the unknown and exploring the full spectrum of our potential. It creates invisible barriers, holding us back from pursuing our passions, taking risks, and stepping outside of our comfort zones. This fear can manifest in various ways. It might be the voice that tells you you're not qualified enough to apply for that dream job, the hesitation that keeps you from sharing your creative work with the world, or the self-doubt that prevents you from pursuing a fulfilling relationship. It can lead to procrastination, perfectionism, and a general sense of stagnation, leaving us feeling unfulfilled and longing for something more. The fear of failure can also stifle our creativity and innovation. When we're consumed by the fear of making mistakes, we become less likely to think outside the box, experiment with new ideas, or challenge the status quo. We might stick to familiar routines and safe choices, even when they no longer serve us, simply because the fear of the unknown feels too overwhelming. This fear can also create a self-perpetuating cycle. When we avoid challenges out of fear of failure, we deny ourselves the opportunity to develop the skills and resilience needed to overcome future obstacles. This can lead to a diminished sense of self-efficacy, the belief in our own ability to succeed, further fueling the fear of failure and keeping us trapped in a cycle of inaction and self-doubt. The fear of failure doesn't just hold us back, it actively robs us of valuable experiences and opportunities for growth. Every time we let fear dictate our actions, we miss a chance to learn, evolve, and expand our horizons. We might decline a challenging project at work, fearing we won't meet expectations, only to see a colleague embrace the opportunity and excel. We might shy away from expressing our feelings to a loved one, fearing rejection, and miss the chance to deepen the connection. These missed opportunities can have a ripple effect throughout our lives. They can limit our career prospects, stifle our personal development, and prevent us from forming meaningful connections. When we allow fear to dictate our choices, we essentially choose to live in a smaller version of ourselves, never fully realizing our true potential. Beyond individual experiences, the fear of failure can have far-reaching consequences for society as a whole. When individuals are afraid to take risks and innovate, progress in fields like science, technology, and the arts slows down. New discoveries are not made, groundbreaking inventions are not created, and creative expressions are stifled. The fear of failure can also hinder social change. It can prevent individuals from speaking up against injustice, challenging the status quo, or advocating for a better future. When people are afraid to fail, they are less likely to take the necessary risks to create a more just, equitable, and sustainable world. Section 3. The erosion of well-being. While the fear of failure can have a profound impact on our external world, its effects on our internal landscape are equally significant. Living with a constant fear of failure can take a toll on our mental, emotional, and even physical well-being. It can lead to chronic stress, anxiety, and a persistent sense of inadequacy, eroding our self-esteem and undermining our overall happiness. When we are consumed by the fear of failure, our thoughts often spiral into negative self-talk and catastrophic thinking. We might replay past mistakes in our minds, imagining worst-case scenarios, and dwelling on our perceived shortcomings. This negative self-talk can become a self-fulfilling prophecy, undermining our confidence and increasing the likelihood of future setbacks. The chronic stress associated with the fear of failure can also manifest in physical symptoms such as headaches, digestive issues, insomnia, and weakened immunity. Over time, this chronic stress can increase the risk of developing more serious health problems such as heart disease, high blood pressure, and depression. Moreover, the fear of failure can lead to social isolation and loneliness. When we are afraid of judgment and rejection, We might withdraw from social interactions, avoid pursuing new relationships, and isolate ourselves from potential support systems. This isolation can further exacerbate feelings of anxiety, depression, and low self-worth. Recognizing the detrimental impact of the fear of failure on our well-being is crucial in motivating us to address this fear and develop healthier coping mechanisms. By prioritizing our mental and emotional health, challenging negative self-talk, and seeking support when needed, we can break free from the grip of fear and create a more fulfilling and joyful life. Section 1. Reframing failure. From setback to stepping stone. Imagine learning to ride a bicycle. You expect a few tumbles, understanding they're part of the learning process. Section 2. Setting realistic goals. Breaking down the mountain. Overwhelmed by a towering mountain? Break down your goals into smaller, manageable steps. Each milestone builds momentum, boosts confidence, and allows for flexibility and adaptation. Section 3. Embracing a growth mindset. Cultivating a love for learning. Two children face a puzzle. One gives up, the other persists. This illustrates fixed versus growth mindsets. Embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, fostering a love for learning and resilience. Section 4. The power of self-compassion. Treating ourselves with kindness. Treat yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a friend. Self-compassion is crucial for overcoming failure. It provides a constructive framework for navigating challenges and learning from mistakes. Section 5. Visualizing success. Painting a picture of achievement. Visualization involves creating a detailed mental picture of success, engaging all your senses. This technique reduces anxiety, boosts confidence, and enhances performance by improving focus and motivation. Throughout history, countless individuals have faced setbacks and criticism. J.K. Rowling's journey from rejection to success with Harry Potter exemplifies resilience and belief in oneself. Her story reminds us that failure is a stepping stone to greatness. Steve Jobs' journey with Apple shows that failure can be a catalyst for growth. After being ousted, he founded Next and acquired Pixar, later returning to transform Apple. Jobs' story demonstrates that failure can lead to even greater achievements. The stories of J.K. Rowling, Steve Jobs, and others share a common thread: belief in themselves and their visions. Overcoming the fear of failure involves reframing our perspective and cultivating self-compassion. Surround yourself with a supportive community and embrace the journey with all its twists and turns. The fear of failure doesn't have to dictate our lives. By adopting a growth mindset, setting realistic goals, and visualizing success, we can transform fear into a force for good. Embrace every experience, knowing it shapes us and propels us closer to our potential. Thank you everyone so much for taking the time to view my channel. I hope you enjoyed today's video and got to take away some helpful tips for overcoming your fear of failure. Please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And as always, don't forget to rise like a phoenix. See you next time.